Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
Yeah.
What are we doing in this video?
I don't even know because the instructions don't even show you. So I guess we're going to make a video on how to install a Iowa Customs deck plate. Now this is,
My hand, it's real heavy today.
anyways. So the customer wants an Iowa Customs deck plate. I normally make my own. I know how to put them in, but he wanted stainless and I don't. It's too shiny and for me and that's what he wants. That's great, but I have never put one in. So I guess we're going to put one in because I opened the box and there's literally not much explaining. So nothing against some of these companies, but hey, installers like me kind of want to know what the heck's going on. So I looked on the internet, couldn't find any videos, no how-tos, no nothing. So here we are. Sorry, it's got to be me, guys, but we'll all struggle together, I guess.
We'll learn on the way.
Yeah. So even if I'm trying to make this informational, I'm probably going to screw up. So I don't want to hear it from any of you guys. I don't know what I'm doing because I really don't. Not with one of these. So we're going to do it, I
Well,
guess.
let's flip the camera around and show them what we got.
Yeah.
All right. So this is it, huh?
Yeah, and the way they have you measure, I measured here, so you got this gap, and I'll show you. So we've got, that's this gap, but we've got bolts in the way. So we've got to trim a little bit out. Once we trim it, it's going to sit down where it needs to sit, but from what I understand is the deck plate sits on these, I think. I don't really have a clear explanation as to how they sit, but from what I've been told, they sit on these cross members, which not the way I would do it, but I guess that's the way we're going to do it. So
what holds them on?
there's some brackets that hold them on, and they're over there.
Okay. So
We're just one step at a time. We're probably just going to, cut first and ask last.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to get that in so we can get the truck moved.
Yes. Yes.
Copy?
Moved out of our property. We need to
Yes.
get it done.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. You got it measured, right?
So I have it measured. There's 3 cross members. I've got to do some chopping. But we only need like a little bit. We don't need that whole big square cut out. So I'm trying to figure out what we should do as far as cutting it out.
Okay. Back on again.
You don't have to be perfect V's. It's underneath. Just something that doesn't look sloppy. Copy.
Roger.
Rajo. There.
That's very nice.
What?
That's very nice.
Ready?
Do I need some eye protection or some hearing protection?
Huh?
Yeah. Hey, Chad,
What?
did you get these filed all nice and smooth
Yeah, I
now?
got them filed. Shut your mouth.
You're such a good filer. For those of you who don't know, Chad's close friends give him a lot of crap about filing, don't
Go ahead,
they?
I don't care. First time you cut yourself, don't come crying to me.
So where are you at with this?
Put it in.
It's time to put it in.
Well, for the first time. Second time.
Second time.
I'm sure something won't be right, so.
Now that we got this, we're gonna put it in. See if it sits in there decent.
I think they're supposed to go in as one piece, so legitly we'd have to bolt the back piece to it, which I'm not gonna do.
Okay. We're keeping them separate.
Yeah. I'm hoping not to have to take the fifth wheel plate off, because that would really screw a lot of things up.
Yeah, because that would screw paint up.
Yep, sure would.
How
Sure
far
would.
up the fifth wheel is it supposed to go?
Well, it's supposed to go underneath, but
The whole thing?
what do you mean?
Like, is it gonna be underneath the entire part of the fifth wheel, or is some of it gonna be open?
Well, then, no, it'll be all the way back here.
But I mean, like, the whole underneath here is all gonna
No.
be? No.
Well, yeah,
So is that a yes or a no?
yes. That's
Okay.
a yes, yes. But okay.
I don't.
Now, one's gonna have to go over here,
Yep.
and then either you or me is gonna have to help Lisa. Because
Either way you want.
I'm not saying a chick thing, I'm just saying,
Yeah, what are you trying to say right now?
She might be stronger than me, because, you know, I
I'll
haven't
just
been
be
eating
over
much.
there ready to
So,
handle
this
it.
is the back, correct?
this is the back. Arrows go forward, see?
Oh, I was looking at the, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It's,
Alright.
it's not gonna put itself in you two.
What? Okay, yep. All right, now since you let that go, you have to go over by Lisa.
That's what I figured.
Okay.
A fourth person would
Don't
be,
run, you'll hurt yourself.
fourth person would be real nice.
Okay.
You got that?
Yep.
All right, so now we have to go, all right, okay. We have to go in there first.
How's it look on your side?
Looks good. All right. Now, we should be able to, where are we at?
Ow! My arm was stuck in one of the file spots.
Did it hurt right away?
Yes.
All right, so now we have to
Nope.
slide
There.
this
How-
back.
how
It's
far
got to
back?
keep going until it drops in.
Oh, there it is.
Just like that.
Perfect.
I think that's going to have to come off. I hope not, but it's such a nice job done on the frame, and then if we got to disrupt it, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Why he's saying that is because this piece here runs all the way underneath the
And
fifth
then
wheel.
it bolts up. There's a joint piece you put in there.
Which we might be able to do that part from where we're at.
Possibly.
Possibly, but it's just getting that to run up in there between, oops, I gotta raise the camera a little bit, between the frame rail, or between the
you have
cross
to do
members
is
and that fifth wheel piece, and that's gonna
Loosen
be
all
tight.
these up except for the front. It'll pivot on the front, and we could just lift this. We only need to lift it about that far, and it would go right underneath.
Hopefully,
But
we can do
these-
it without
These
though,
bolts are gonna interrupt just about everything we've got going on.
the cross member bolts is what he's pointing at. We'll try it probably without, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
To
We'll
see?
try just because.
just because why would you want to screw up a good paint
And
job?
then, before we put this cross member in, we have to put, obviously, this deck plate in. It would be easier, we don't have to, but I think it would be easier, so I am actually going to do that before we put this cross plate in, and then put the back T-bar on. But it's gonna be a day-ish project, just to put deck plates in, because of possibly taking that off, so. But what the customer wanted, so that's what the customer gets,
Well, hopefully we can do it without.
yeah.
We'll try, but like we said, it's some bolts on the cross member and this here that we think is what's gonna cause us to hit. So stay tuned, we'll see what we find.
have to go in between. There you go, there you go, there you go.
Gotta go up.
Is it gonna go?
That's it, yeah,
It almost looks like it's pinching between the frame rails.
I think we're hitting on the washers.
all right.
Try it, hang on, go back out a little, just a little bit. Okay, now try to go light. Yeah, we're hooked on the washers.
Can you hold this so I can look? a little bit
Yep.
here, please?
That's not gonna
If we didn't have the washers there, I think
come over to the side here. That's gonna bend up on you.
I didn't want to be in the way
So
on
I'm
the
gonna,
camera.
Oh,
See what I mean?
wonder if we cut them out and drilled some in further. Well, that ain't gonna work either because
So after still reviewing, we're trying to decide what we want to do here. Because of the fact that it's not going to fit in there as we just tried, Chad's thinking we're going to take these 3 cross members out, trim this edge because it is awfully wide, trim that up some, put it in, and then it's back in there from underneath. But that'll probably be easier than messing with the actual bolts on said cross member. So, take 3.
order it to fit, they said.
Right?
It does fit after you get it in there. I got those orders. No, I think it's Hydro Boost. But I gotta get a mirror and look in and see if maybe it's the master cylinder instead of Hydro Boost.
Okay, we're past hurdle 1.
By golly,
By golly, stop. We are perfect.
all right, we pull this out, pull that out. And, I can put the ding dingies on.
No. There's a decent amount of play here that we should be able to make something work.
Well, I'm wondering if we could shove that back.
Can we go forward enough to get that on there and then go back? Can we?
Can't go forward with this because I stopped cutting right at that.
Yeah, you'll have to bring it back to that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But we can go back with both of them to help get this in and then go forward.
Yeah, just come up out of the notches up there and it should slide back.
We're gonna have to peel all that paper off of that to shove that in because there ain't no way you're getting that off. So we got one shot at that.
Yeah, because once this is off, we don't want to be in and out anymore. Okay.
So let's pull this back out. Straight up. All right, let's put this.
Oh, clear on.
Are we taking that other one out right away?
Yes. So, I think we got a little forward,
Yes, we do.
correct? So we're gonna have to pop first. Forward. No, we gotta go down below that bracket. Get out the way!
You guys are not nice.
Okay. So now I'll peel that off.
All right. So, Chad got the deck plate, the back half in there. Do you want to describe what you've done? Or do you want?
First time for everything. Yeah. Well, I actually had to do some grinding underneath to get it to be able to be pushed in without disturbing any paint out here, which was a better option in my opinion. So we just actually slid this back so we could put our bolts in. We put these bolts in ahead of time. That's just a C-channel that joins the two together. So
Underneath there is like
Yeah.
yep, it's a C channel.
So I'm just putting these in now, and then we can get it slid into place.
So what he ended up doing in order, we didn't end up taking any of the fifth wheel off like we were thinking we'd have to do. We didn't take them cross member bolts off. The top of the cross member is where Chad had to do some fine grinding, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
So like this cross member back here, this one, just the top, very little that he ground off some. That got us to be able to slide this piece in without disturbing anything else. So we got it in there, knew we were okay there. Had to take it back out to take all the plastic off.
Yeah, because once you get it slid in, you can't get the plastic. So not only do you have to get it to fit right, you have to take the plastic off, but you can't scratch it.
Yeah. So then he also cut all the plastic off of, we took this one back out for like the fourth or fifth time.
Yep.
Cut the edge off of this. So that's just the cover, which we're gonna leave on probably till the day Hunter comes to get it, so we don't have to scratch that. And then slid this into place here. And then because Chad had this piece, had the cross members, which I think you can probably see in this video, or you probably remember seeing, these cross members here, we had to take 3 of them out to fit in there. So that's what he just pounded them in. So they're back underneath, we just have to tighten the bolts on them.
Yeah, once it gets slid back ahead, I can put them back where they belong. That's easy. But the biggest thing, you didn't want to disturb any paint, so it was kind of a take the thing apart. And
Well, what took you a couple extra hours saved you a couple days from having to repaint stuff, truthfully.
yeah. And in the end, it's how do I say this right? It's a show truck, but it's a work truck.
Yeah,
If people get what I'm saying, like, it's gonna get scratched. But I want it as perfect as it can be when Hunter gets here to pick the truck up. We all know that that's the end goal, so that's what we're doing. If we gotta take extra steps to do that, we will.
true that.
So,
So we'll get them bolts in now.
Yeah.
Get the cross members underneath bolted in, not the cross members of the frame, but of this piece. And then we'll do videos on how to attach the underside, right?
Yeah.
When we figure out how to do that, we'll share
Yeah,
that.
that'll be another 2 days.
It's not gonna be 2 days.
Yeah. When we get closer, I'll show you the instructions we got. I'm not knocking on anybody, but if you're gonna put out a product and you want people to do it in your driveway and possibly, you know, make a name for yourselves, at least be willing to help the people out, you know? It was hard enough trying to order the dang thing.
Yeah.
And I know, and that's why I make my own custom fit. You know, I have to have the truck here to do it. And I never ran into these issues, but we'll get through it.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
All right.
All right, everything's in. That's actually just spreading the frame apart about 1/16 of an inch. So I don't want to hear about, you know, everything's crooked, because it's not. So I've got these brackets. These I think I know where they go. They go underneath, and I'll show you. So then here's the instructions. So that I have. This is supposed to be type B, but it's tore. That's already in. That joins the 2 pieces of deck plate together. Type C, don't know where that is. That's not here. Type D, that is, this is A. This is D. So they did label that. And they kind of show you what to do with it. But, and then they've got right there, and right there. Those go. There's 3 of them. But here's the problem. That's a narrower deck plate. That's 26 inches. These are 4-inch flanges. I know that's not normal, but that's what came on the truck, so that's what we put on. I've never seen 4-inch flanges on an over-the-road truck, but now you have. So that's 26 inches wide. It's a little bit narrower than normal deck plates. These holes right here, this one and this one, this bracket's too wide for these holes right here and here. It bolts up from underneath. I'll show you once I get it in there. So I'm gonna have to take this hole and move it in a little bit. This hole and move it in a little bit. So, way to go, Iowa. Iowa Customs. We're just, you know, bolt her right in. Okay, sure. The instructions, I can kind of figure things out, but those aren't correct. So we gotta narrow this up a little bit. We'll get that done, and I'll show you kind of where these need to be and how. And I'll put a few of those in. And then we'll start at the front and we'll work our way back just to get it put in. All right, I think the deck plate's in. It's been a headache, but we've gotten it. So we do have, I wanted to take that bar out. I had that porta power in there. I literally need to move this and this out. I don't even think it's a 1/16 of an inch, but just wanted to show you guys, you know, we're not into cobbling here, so. It is a little close right here, so we just gotta bring this out a little bit. But, we do have D under the back, and I'll crawl underneath and I'll show you, but see how it's got this bow in there? I don't like that. I don't know what we're gonna do about that, but let me get underneath and I'll show you kind of what we got going on here. Okay, so remember these pieces I was telling you about? What they do, you adjust your little bolty thingies here. These push up as these pieces pull down. Smell what I'm stepping in? So we've got, and from what I understand, I've got all of them in they give me. And there's one here. I had to, let me see if I can adjust here. I had to narrow these up a little bit. These are universal, but I had to narrow them up because we've got a narrower frame. On a normal frame, they'll work, but I gave them all the measurements. I don't understand why they wouldn't have just pre-drilled them for me. So that's a ding on them, I guess. But yeah, everything's in. We got a lot going on back there, let me tell you. Those cross members right there, sorry. I had to take them out to slide the deck plate in, but we got them bolted back in. So let me go up front here. We've got a piece there, one of them pull downy bracket thingies. What you want to do is you want to get as close to one of these as we can, because then it'll keep it from vibrating, and I think that's what it's supposed to pull up against. I don't know. Nobody's ever really even told me, so I'm kind of pulling down equally. And, you know, here we're pushing up, there we're pulling down, here we're pushing up, there we're pulling down, and then we've got a bunch more in the back. I'll get back there here. All right. So, let me get under here. I've got one of them brackets in here. It's pushing up. And we've got one pulling down. I cut it off of here because I couldn't go long. So we're pulling down here, pulling down, pushing up. And this bracket is supposed to push up too. So it is in there very tight. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, it is in. It's flush. Our joint is right under this cross piece. I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's hard to tell, but that is under there. Nothing touches here. Nothing touches there. You kind of want to watch, make sure nothing rubs that you could see, or you're going to have rust popping out in no time. So. And then another thing too on these 379s, if you make a deck plate, don't go under this because it will bend, it will push down on this. So this comes down just forward of the deck plate. So note to self or to anybody else, make sure you take that into consideration, because when it drops down, when your bunk's out of air, it will hit your deck plate if your deck plate is far enough forward. But we've got a shock box cover on here, so we can hide all that. We're not worried. But, I don't know. It's in there. What are you doing, Hazel?
Are you trying to bury that in the drain?
Always making a mess. What is that?
Aw.
Hazel, say hi.
No, she just likes biting.
Biting
Typical
us.
puppy.
Yeah.
We got a 4-month-old black lab. We've had her about 2 months now. So you're gonna see a new shop mascot.
Or your boss.
Boss, yeah. Like if we ain't got enough to do, we gotta run around behind a dog now.
Yeah, say I like to be the boss.
So anywho's, Deck plates are in.
Deck plates are in.
Truck looks pretty good.
Turned out very
Starting
nice.
to come together. So stainless, first time for me. Usually I do the painted, but let's all be honest. I think the stainless is going to look better in that truck. You do painted, that's too much paint. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, in this application, I think it was better.
yeah, and I guess we just gotta keep going and get it finished.
That's, yeah. Now assembly, and you'll see a finished product soon.
Yes.
We're definitely knocking the videos out and getting them all set up so that they start airing for you guys. And little late, but they're coming.
They're coming. I can guarantee you, they're coming because we got more coming. So
More of this little turd is what we got.
yeah. All right, guys. Like,
Thanks.
subscribe, do the thing, right?
Yep.
All right.
All right, see you later.
See ya.